Hey everybody, quick video today. I know y'all have been blowing up the comments on the other SRX. Actually, I've got a couple of SRX videos online right now on YouTube. I've gotten a lot of comments. If I go back and look at all the comment feed and it's just crazy. So first of all, thank you for watching. I certainly appreciate it. I am by no means a vacuum expert. I do this purely because I enjoy it. I am very fortunate to have Corey as a friend. I'm here in his shop, House of Vacuums of the Triad in High Point, North Carolina. I am not pushing a particular brand of vacuum. All I want to do is show the differences. That is it. This is my opinion and my opinion only. I'm not employed by Riccar. I'm not employed by Electrolux, Aerus, Miele, Sebo, any of them. Again, just my opinion. People ask me for feedback. I'm giving you feedback. I got a lot of comments about how unprofessional and unprepared I was for the first video I did on the SRX. Literally, I was sitting over here on the floor and was literally blown away. I thought when we got our hands, it was a machine that I had purchased on Facebook Marketplace. If you go in your area locally, you will see a ton of these units for sale right now. They get them, they use them for a couple of weeks, and they realize it's not what they thought it was. I'll go into specs here shortly on the unit itself, but these are not powerful like the old units were. I even said in one of my videos, I would stick with an E2 Black or even the blue 2-speed Rainbow, which I'll show you in a second, over this one any day. They basically did cosmetic touches. I even had one viewer commented he used to work for Riccar. It was a battle of doing upgrades to the machine so they could flip some people over to a newer machine. Some of the upgrades that they did weren't good, and you can see just on the power specs itself. So I wanted to go back over this unit real fast, give you more in-depth. This is again a unit that we purchased on Marketplace. This unit was barely used. We did open the HEPA filter on the back. Everything on this unit is cleaned. It looks like it may have been used just a handful of times. This was an older lady's machine. She very seldom used it. Son came in to clean the house out, and this was what he sold. Did not have any attachments with this, so Corey actually added some generic attachments. These are not the Rainbow official attachments that go with this. I've got a floor brush here in a second that I will show you as well. It did come with the power head, the wands, and the main unit. That's it. So real quick, one of the things that they did when they upgraded this unit 2 years ago, they changed the way the water basin is attached to the machine. The old units, you would literally unlatch it, lift the motor up, there was your water basin. This one are on struts. Pull it out, fill it up. I've already filled this up. This is a 2-quart basin. The other units that Rainbow produced for years was a 2.5 quart. Some of the older models, I did a video of my grandmother's D3. You had I believe it was a 4-quart capacity tank or water basin on that unit as well. These cannot be expanded. And I've said this before. The normal person, when they're using this in their home, they're not going to keep checking on this water. Yes, it's got LED lights in here. It makes it look real nice and fancy when you're using it. It illuminates the whole water basin. My thing is those lights, you need to keep checking on the water, because the more dirt and grime you put in this water, the less the water is going to be able to hold, because it basically turns into mud. That's a good way of putting it. The more dirt that goes in the container, the more mud you create. So you have to, especially if you're doing large areas or literally dirty homes, you're going to have to change this water basin more frequently. So I had one viewer say, if you're cleaning your home, that shouldn't be an issue. Well, for the majority of people, you're on a time crunch. You've got kids screaming, you've got dogs running their house. You're not going to have time. Stop, take this unit apart, pull the water, dump it out, put new water in it. So for all of my viewers that are SRX lovers, and even any Rainbow for that matter, please keep checking on the water, because the dirtier it is, the less the water's going to be able to hold the dirt dust. Again, the reason that they put a HEPA filter on the back of these units now. Water does not catch all the dirt. It's just plain facts. So again, 2-quart water basin. Lock it into place. You'll hear it click. All of the aqua looking tabs on the machine are touch points. Release. They did change the hose design so it actually rocks into place. The older units, like the E2 Black and even the blue in here, there is some airflow loss when you're pulling the machine around the house. So this has got a magnet on it. It attaches. You can store the tools on the front of this thing, or you can actually store them on the wand itself. This has a 4-speed motor. Always starts on high. You can adjust the power. You've got LED indicators on the top here. This came off of RainVac, which is the Riccar website, or actually spec sheet. Air moved on this unit spec 100 CFM, high speed, low speed 13, which we're on now. So one of the other comments I had, a couple of comments actually, people ask me, can you use this thing 24/7? Yes, you can. Would I recommend it? No, I would not. You can see right now, and if we get down, if you get down close enough, you can see that water is barely being moved. So what happens on these, there is a lip inside this water basin on the back side. It's just a little dip or an indent in the design. It actually allows the air to float over top of the water. So when you're barely moving the water and creating that turbulence, you're not going to be able to catch a lot of the dust. So again, you can run this. Water evaporates, so you're going to eventually have to refill it with water. The peg in the middle of the basin is designed as your water level indicator. You're supposed to fill it up to the top of that peg. Don't fill it up halfway. Again, you're going to have more and more dirt and dust go directly through the motor, and again, the HEPA filter on the back is going to get clogged. One of the comments that I had from a viewer was, well, these have no maintenance. That's bull. Any machine, does not matter, you pick and choose which machine in the showroom. You have to have service, just like your car. You can't run your car 100,000 miles and never have the oil change, tires rotated. It's the same with any kind of machine that you purchase. These things are designed to be serviced. No cost after sale, again, bull. Dyson, I hear that all the time with Dyson owners. You don't ever have to have bags or service. Bull. You have to take those units apart and clean them. So on this one, they don't make it very easily accessible. I'm going to turn it off while I do this. There's a blower port on the back. Under this, you have 4 screws that you take off. This whole assembly is a huge HEPA filter on the back of this machine. Six screws, and I say 4. Again, you got your magnet here, so when you attach your hose, this is a blower port, it will automatically magnetically connect. This is your HEPA.
You can see no games were played. It's completely clean.
Yeah.
And also, Rainbow Rexair had a recall. Due to some of these, they were too thick material. This one was not affected in that recall. This was produced after that.
Yep. And like on any Rainbow, and I've told people this before, you can, and again, this one was barely used, so there's not going to be a lot of dust on it. But a lot of the older Rainbows, you can take your finger and run around the exhaust port, you'll have dust. That's the reason that they put the HEPA units on it. And these are sealed. There's a huge rubber gasket all the way around the back, so it is a sealed system. So to use your blower, you pop the little door cover off, pop it back on when you're done. That's all there is to it. Just don't lose that. Your cord holder, when you're using, you retract it. I even said this in the first video. People with young kids, this is plastic, so it will break. There's springs in here, so just be very careful with that. And then your non-movable part there. Your timer function on the top, you can set it for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes, or you can let it run 24/7 if you want to. Again, from a service standpoint, they've not made this machine very easy to service because now you can't take the wheels off. You literally have to turn the unit on its back or side and then clean your separator. With any Rainbow, it is very imperative at least every couple of times you use it to take a toothbrush, hot soapy water, clean that separator. One of the D3 that my grandmother had, they actually did not offer the toothbrush on that unit, but these now come with toothbrushes built into the unit. Just a little wrench too for your separator. So that's the water basin and the main unit. Specs on this one, I already said 100 cubic foot per minute on high. You guys can see the meter that we did, it did not register that at all. So 13 cubic feet per minute on low. Power consumption on the SRX is 30 watts on low speed, 850 to 1080 on high. Water basin was 2 quarts. Hose length on the unit is an 8-foot hose, 2 wands, and the cord length is a 24-foot cord. So if you have a large area, you're going to constantly be unplugging and moving around. I think the SIBO, how long is the longest one? The cord length? 40 on a SIBO. Yeah. And most units now are at least a 30-foot. So, but I think that's all the specs that most people had questions on the specs anyway. But that's your main unit. I'll insert the airflow test on that right. Hey guys, we're going to do a quick airflow test literally on all 4 of these machines. So we're going to start with the SRX. Again, we've done this in the past, but I wanted to, since we had so many comments, I wanted to literally show you guys a true airflow test and also suction power on each machine, so you have a frame of reference. So I've got my buddy Corey from House of Vacuums and the Triad.
So we'll do both. Airflow meter, we've kind of got these marked. These need actually changed because a lot of the Milas and SIBOs are going to be up here in the 9 range. Industry standards always been around the 4. Dysons, Hoovers, Bissells, all of those are going to be there. Filter Queen has always been in that 2 range. Rainbow's always pulled a 1 on airflow meter across the board. You know, whether you're a Rainbow lover or just trying to learn about brands in general, this tool is not designed to bash brands. It's designed to actually show the provenness of how much airflow these machines put out. And then you just got your standard water lift gauge there. So we'll start with this guy, maximum suction. And just showing you, you do have variable. So we'll ramp this all the way up. There we go. So we're going to try it out with this one. Okay. Then we'll put it on the test meter. Make sure it's got a good seal. And currently it is not moving the ping at all. We'll give it some gravity help. Nothing on that.
All right. SRX.
This is the Aerus Guardian Platinum.
I just did a video on this machine. It was just a quick overview.
Maximum suction.
I'll show them that. Full power. He put the adapter on it.
Now this one does have a bleeder on both sides, so we'll try to do a seal here.
Good Lord.
Pull it off, do that again.
Okay, good.
And then we should be able to get a seal.
Yep,
there we go. And we'll seal it one more time. And then with a little gravity help, it pings out. So that's the Aerus.
And as you will see in the other video that I did on the Aerus Guardian, the bag capacity on that unit is small, but I mean, the difference in the airflow, and everybody knows, and even Rainbow salespeople will tell you, it's not suction that cleans, it's airflow. That's why they do the cloth test with a little upholstery brush and they run it across your couch. Now granted, I don't want any hate. This unit just came in and it did not have all of the accessories. This is not a genuine Rainbow, nor is the floor brush here, but I wanted to use these just to kind of show you this one was missing some attachments. So we did put a generic set on this. But anyway, back to my point, that's why they take the upholstery brush, put a piece of cloth on it, run it over your couch. Mm-hmm. It clogs the cloth fibers up, and so no air is going in that tool, thus you're not picking up any dirt on the couch. So it's all about airflow. So you just saw what the Aerus does. You saw what the SRX does. We're gonna go over to the older Rainbow.
That's the E2 blue 2-speed model. And we'll see what this guy does.
And both of these are for sale. It is on high.
We'll start with this. Then we'll do a little gravity help here. And that's on the E2 2-speed.
So again, I got a lot of comments on power reduction. You can see for yourself. New, old. I'll take old any day. All right, let's go on to the Aerus.
This is their Legacy. This unit changed colors over the years, but it's their tried and true model.
Not quite as much as the Guardian.
And a little gravity help.
So there's 4 machines. We've shown you the difference. Obviously the winner, we didn't pull out any Mila's today, but Mila usually is in the top, but today the Guardian.
Mila Sibo.
Yeah.
Mila and Sibo, yes.
Yep. Top producers today in this little contest. So one of the biggest points of contention was this power head. They redesigned this entire thing. I do like the rubber coated wheels on the back. You've got the old-fashioned airflow vent on the front, so if you've got thick high-power carpet, you can adjust that here. That's nothing new. A lot of the models on the floor here, with any vacuum, you can adjust the height and or airflow on a bleeder valve, anything like that on the hoses. But this one's on the main power head. You've got LED light strip on the front. They did change this where it's a metal brush roll now. You can change out the brush strips as well. Again, base plate pops off kind of like the old ones. So one of the problems we've seen with this particular power head is the end caps are all metal. And if you get a lot of hair, carpet fibers, you name it, it gets jammed and these will lock up. So that's one of the biggest problems we've seen. You've got You've got 2 little rubber wheels here on the front as well. The problem with this unit, it may look like it, I mean, it does fine. I mean, you guys can see on some of the other videos online that it does a great job grooming the carpet. But again, what happens is you don't have the airflow that the older units had. So you take that in consideration, plus the way this channel is designed on this power head, you're not making a lot of contact with the carpet. So that's one of the design flaws on it. Again, they've not changed the wands at all. One of the other things that I've seen on these is there is a metal locking mechanism on this power head, and it's locking against plastic. So what's going to happen over time, the first one, actually the first unit that I videoed, it would not stand up correctly. It would lean over or lean back. That's because it had worn the plastic out. So you're going to have that replaced. They did take off the locking mechanism on the handle, so if you're doing a large area carpet, you're going to have to constantly, it's not a huge deal, but you know, you may have a tired finger by the time you're done vacuuming. Other than that, that's really it on the main unit and the power head. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to show you again the sand test on the floor. And yes, I know, the bare floor is designed for bare floors. But I even said this in the video, if you're in a hurry and you see some sand on the floor, you don't want to stop, have to take this loose, pop your floor brush on, this should be able to pick it up. It's not. So I know this is for your bare floor, so please, no hate. All you do to put the hose in, lock it in. It does seal a lot better than the old ones.
And we do have the grate closed.
Yep, I just want to show them. If you open it, you can see through. Closed. Let's show the bare floor. So here's my thing. If it's not picking up the sand on a bare floor, how is it picking up the sand in your carpet? So I'm sure my viewers can see. I mean, even with the naked eye, you can see the sand left in the carpet. Now again, look. What is that? That's sand. But again, the whole, and I sold Rainbows back in the day in the early 90s. They were fantastic machines at the time. Technology has improved. And I apologize for the bird over here having a conversation. We're just going to take the Triflex and run it back over the area.
So that way we can see, you know, there's nothing in there to see what's left there. Now, granted, this is a battery-operated machine.
Okay. Just dump it on the floor. So, again, that's what's being left behind. So, again, SRX. I don't know what he's trying to sell or who he's trying to sell, but every time I try to make a video, this one starts. Right, Chico? Right, Chico? Now you're going to be quiet. All right, we're taking the old. What year was this manufactured? 1990?
No, this was the E2 Blue. So the E-Series debuted in 99, 2000.
Yep.
And then you had the gold 2-speed mid-2000s, so I'm going to say maybe 2008 to
Okay.
2010, something like that.
I have to pull my Rainbow lineup out, double check. But we're going to take, again, old power head. Not a lot to it. Still got the center belt channel just like on the SRX. You have carpet height adjustment here. It's on the lowest setting. And you also have the trigger handle there. Pulled it up. That's what it's supposed to do. Get that little bit. I would take that power head any day over that one. That right there, yes, again, we know power heads are not designed for bare floors, but you ought to have enough airflow with the machine to be able to pick up that with no brush roll engaged. So there's your proof. I hope this enlightened some. I don't want hate comments, but again, just here to show you facts and prove what I've been saying all along.
Aerus Guardian Platinum sand test to see how it creates the agitation to be able to lift the dirt out of the carpeting. We're going to make sure it's on high power. This is a Rainbow E2 Blue sand test. Now please note it does have a belt track in the center, so that's not grooming your carpeting. This machine over the SRX any day of the week. If you've got to have a Rainbow, so I was, a little bit blown away here. Let's see how it does with groom lines, since we've already dirtied up a bag. I'm impressed. Hey guys, Corey, House of Vacuums Triad. Quick blip on the R40 from Riccar, the Taconi Corporation. The R40 is their #1 flagship vacuum cleaner. It's their Tandem Air series, best of the best when it comes to an upright vacuum offering from Riccar. If you have a lot of carpeting and rugs, there is not a better machine to agitate and get all of the dirt out. These machines, they're so aggressive with agitation, we do have to adjust the brush rolls if you have special needs in the home, such as start carpeting, any type of Persian rugs, care stands, stuff like that. This demo will show you with the sand just how aggressive these machines are. And please note that was one pass.